Hi, what's up? It's me, Haley Jones, and I'm here with Brandi Wheaton of Groovy Hues, which, can you guess by the name what it is?
Some people are still confused.
Are they?
Yeah.
What do they think it is?
Car detailing, we get that a lot.
Oh, that makes sense. Well,
Yeah.
they paint. They paint commercial buildings, they paint homes, they paint everything.
Yeah, and no job's too big or too small. We do. We've been doing some patio furniture lately.
Really?
Mhm.
That's cool.
Mhm. So we'll take.
Do you do
anything on.
staining or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
We just finished a 13 cabin stain job
Wow.
in Von Orr 2 weeks ago.
Wow. Okay, cool. I have somebody.
So if it'll hold paint
Right.
or stain, throw it at us. We got it.
That's awesome. Okay, as we always do, we're gonna do some quick rapid fire. Okay, Brandi, where are you from?
Me, I live in Etowah, McMinn County, where I was born and raised. I've lived there my whole life. I love it. We're at the foot of Star Mountain, 10 minutes from the Hiawassee River, 20 from the Ocoee.
Yes.
The site of the 96 Olympics. I know I'm showing my age right now. But my family go down once a year. We love it. We love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
She's Etowah proud.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the most overrated paint color?
Well, I don't know if it's overrated, but everybody's doing gray right now. Some form of gray, and I like it too. But if you're
Right.
going for something different,
Yeah.
stay away from the gray.
Stay away from the gray. What's the most underrated paint color?
Probably white, but you know, you see it everywhere.
funny. Yeah.
But it's always easy to change if you don't like it.
That's true.
A little bit cheaper than a lot of the other paints, so
Yeah.
maybe underrated, maybe because it's so overused, possibly. I'm not
Yeah,
real
maybe.
sure. I'm still figuring some of this out
That's
myself.
funny. Okay. Are you a book reader or a reality TV watcher or neither?
Book reader.
Are you?
Definitely.
What do you
a
like to
book
read?
reader. Well, true crime.
Do you?
Like most people.
Yeah.
Mine. Yeah. True crime. Big true crime fan. Local history. I love local
Yeah.
history. Joe Guy, he's the local sheriff of my county, but he also
Yeah.
writes some amazing books. I have everything he's ever written.
Really?
They're very informative, but he tells a story, so I love it.
Okay, let's take a hard right turn and let's talk about Groovy Hues.
All right.
So I know we kind of briefly talked about painting, but so Groovy Hues does painting jobs of all levels. So commercial, residential, but you also do power washing?
And soft washing.
Okay, what's soft washing?
Soft washing is the application when we come out and you have like vinyl siding. A lot of siding cannot stand up to the pressure of power washing. That's more for driveways and concrete and stuff
Right.
like that. The soft washing is for most houses.
Oh, there you go. What about like asbestos siding?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know that we're licensed to handle
to do
asbestos
that. Okay,
siding.
yeah.
I know there's special regulations.
Right, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we
that
have to
makes
do
sense.
our homework.
Right, yeah, no, for sure.
I think most people just want to replace that nowadays.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I was just curious. Okay, and then do you do wallpaper too?
We do wallpaper, yes.
Because I would imagine I'm always like seeing wallpaper I think so cool, and then I'm afraid to
It's
do it.
coming back. You know,
Yes.
I feel like wallpaper went away for a long
Yeah.
time, but we're seeing a big resurgence in it.
Yeah.
And in fact, even in my own house, we had one room that was full of the old school paneling, 1970
Yeah,
walls.
yeah.
Found a beautiful faux wood wallpaper, and you would never believe. People
Really?
are stunned when they walk in and see
That's cool.
that that's not real.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, see my seam. You know,
You look
we have
close enough.
professionals
Right.
to come into it.
to
I
come
did
in
this
and
on
do
my
it.
own.
Yes. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so when it comes to like painting your house and not making the mistake around like wrong color, wrong finish, like matte versus eggshell versus gloss, like what should people do? I mean, ideally they call you, but you know, what suggestions do you have when people are trying to go through that process of like, how do you even start?
But as far as like flat paints go,
Yeah.
you never want to put those on your wall. Those are hard to wipe down. Same thing with we tend to stay away from high gloss finishes on places like walls. Just because you're going to pick up fingerprints. Like in office spaces, we use a product from Benmore called ScuffX, and it's great for dealing with the chairs that bump into the wall and you can wipe it clean.
Yeah, okay.
But like in a kitchen, a bathroom, we would never recommend flat paint. And I think one thing that sets us apart from some of the local competition is the fact that you get a project manager with every single job.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He is going to be the same person that comes to your home, does the estimate,
Yes.
does the walkthrough. He checks up every day of of the job at the beginning and end of the day.
Yeah.
And then when it closes, we will never invoice you until you walk your job with that same project manager.
Wow.
And make sure you're 100% happy.
Wow.
And when you have a project manager, you eliminate making those mistakes to start with.
Yeah, so you have somebody that's like owning the project.
Absolutely.
That's managing it, literally, as the name says. So that's really nice. Well, and how do you deal with, like, how do you pick a paint color? Like, how do you...
Well, most homeowners already, they go to Sherwin-Williams or Ben Moore or whichever it may be, and they are already working on paint colors.
Right.
Now, we have samples. We're happy to go pick up samples for the customer and take it to them. But ultimately, that's up to the customer.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
We have guides and recommendation and wonderful reps with both those companies that are more than happy to see a customer.
So basically, you guys, people can pick their paint, and then you literally do the painting,
Absolutely.
the job of it. Yeah.
We come in, we do all the prep work, we can move furniture if need be. We cover everything before we begin, and tape off and drape and paint, dry. Then we'll clean all that up and put everything back like we were never there.
Love that.
If you check us out on Google, we only have 5-star ratings.
That's awesome.
We take a lot of pride in that. That is not a trend we're looking to break.
Right. Yeah. No. Totally.
And then I think another thing that really sets us apart is the fact that our paint jobs come with a 2-year guarantee.
Really?
Now, I've looked. I can't find another painter in Knoxville with that same guarantee.
Wow. So that guarantees
shipping, peeling, anything like that. And since I've been here, we have had a call come in. She had some chipping going on. We went right out there. We fixed it the same day, and she never seen an invoice. So that's what we mean by guarantee.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
And then even on our power wash, you have a 1-year guarantee against any organic growth reappearing in a year. We'll come out and take care of it if it does occur.
Okay. So when it comes to, like, say you were ready to, like, sell your house as an example, how much lead time do people need to, like, schedule you?
To schedule an estimate, I can almost always get you in within 48 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Typically, we end up around a 2-week lead time for production jobs.
Okay.
Sometimes that shifts less or more. If it's urgent, though, we'll always work with you and do what we can if we can.
Right.
We take it case by case, but typically 2-week lead time is our standard.
What's the most, like, interesting job you've done?
Well, we did a playground for a lady.
Yeah.
And we got to do it 12 different neon colors. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that was just fun. We had another lady that, bless her heart, it was interesting, but from a heart pulling standpoint, she called us in. We redid her interior. She informed us that she was about to pass away. She had like 90 days. So, we didn't come out and ask, but she eventually why are you painting that? Yeah. She just didn't want to leave her son a mess.
Oh, wow.
And so that stuck out to me.
Yeah, that's well, and it's not just painting.
Not at that point.
You know what I mean?
It's self-assuring, giving peace to someone.
Peace and upgrading an environment, and Are there, like, seasons of the year that are better to paint the exterior of your house? Like, if you want to, what does that look like?
You don't want to paint when it's extremely hot, nor do you want to paint when it's extremely cold. Each different paint project or paint selection you make product has a temperature guide to go by. I can't quote those for you. I wish I could. I mean, I can make a phone call and have you that info every time. But I do know when it's 100 degrees outside, and we measure wall temperatures to see if it's in that standard when the weather's one extreme or the other. And if it's freezing outside, you can't paint in freezing weather. Your paint's not going to dry. It's just all kinds of problems.
Do you mostly exteriors? I mean, I guess you paint everything, like from wood siding to you could do brick, you could do all those different things. So what's your most often exterior, like, painting job?
Usually just vinyl siding, but also staining. I mean, people with wood siding and decks, it's really important to keep that up every few years to maintain your home's value and to ensure that wood's not rotten prematurely and things like that. And we do a lot of those.
Is that like maintainable in terms of the maintenance? Is there a lot of maintenance in that, or do you know?
No, not. I mean, you still want to have someone come out every few years. Again, I'm not the project manager. I just started here, May. I wish I could tell you the exact answer.
I was just curious.
But guys, if anyone wants an exact answer, give us a call and I'll get it for you.
So then when it comes to, the kind of the commercial stuff that you do, I mean, I guess it's similar just at a commercial level. So painting exteriors of buildings. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lot the same. There's a few more paperwork exchanges and insurances that you have to have, but
okay.
we have all that lined up.
So if you're in the process of like a renovation of your house or whatever, my assumption would be that you would want to have pretty much everything done except the paint. Like the paint is the last thing. Is that correct? Like, so flooring first.
Typically that's the way people want to work, and we understand why. It makes sense. But then some people want us to come in and paint before the final flooring's laid down just because they want to avoid splatter. But at the same time, we do thoroughly prep. So it's really just up to the customer and what they want.
What's going to work for them. Okay. So how long does it take to paint like a 2,000 square foot house? Is that like a 2-week job? Is that like a...
like the interior and exterior?
Yeah, like whole thing. Interior, exterior.
You know, it depends on how many guys I can send out there in a day, but... And a 2,000, that's not a very big house. I mean, we could knock that out in a week. Interior and exterior. Weather permitting.
Right. Now, what if you're someone whose husband hired his friends to help paint your house, and it looks like a travesty?
Well, I could send my work husband in.
Because, and I say that
we've seen that. It's happened before.
Because wouldn't you have to prime it down? Is it
typically depending? I mean, I wish our field operations manager Will could be here. He's got 20 years experience. And I've seen him walk in jobs and size them up in just a matter of minutes. And he always has. He usually presents 2 or 3 different options in cases like that, and it's depending on your budget.
Right.
But he would. We could work with that. We work with that all the time. We run into those.
Well, I know.
Husbands, dads.
I know somebody.
Well, you know how to contact me.
I know, right? Oh my god. Okay, so then also, like, how does cost work? In the scheme of things, like, what's maybe average, like a 2,000 square foot house exterior? Or does it depend on...
It depends on product.
Okay.
Which also depends on the product you want. You choose how many labor hours. If now 2,000 square feet sounds small, but what if it's up on stilts and I need to run extra equipment? A lot goes into that. But when you call us for an estimate, we take our time. It's going to be very thorough. And we'll tell you every bit of where the costing is coming from. We are part of a franchise. There's 12 other Groovy Hues nationwide. The closest one is Murfreesboro. There's 5, I want to say, now in Texas. We're the only ones right here in East Tennessee. But being part of a franchise gives us the leverage with Sherwin-Williams, with Ben Moore, to really press for cheaper costing. And that is a benefit we pass on to our customers.
Oh, that's nice. So how does that work? Like, they contact you, and then you've got kind of a deal or whatever, an affiliation with them, which is cheaper than if someone walked into.
We quote, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, we still have customers that buy their own paint, and that's fine too. We can work either way. But when we typically estimate the job, we estimate it with that paint cost. It's one payment for us. And that's how it rolls.
And then so if someone's doing something like, well, maybe their house is for sale. And then the answer to this may be absolutely not. So I just want to say that it may, like, I get that. Do you guys do where it's like, it's pay at finish, but for example, if a seller paints before and then they want to pay like a close of escrow on a house or something, do you do that or no?
We haven't as of yet. I'm not going to say we'd be totally close to that, or it may be a deal where we could work out a down payment and then wait till the escrow. Just enough to cover material costs or something like that. We take everything case by case at this point, and you don't know until you call me.
Exactly.
And I always do my best to do what I can for each and every customer. We all do.
That's really good. I mean, I think too, if you're somebody that, because the thing is, like, from a selling house perspective, like, painting a house can be a huge value add. So anyways, that's just something to think about, is if that's something you're considering, maybe you give them a call, you get an idea of what that might look like. So when it comes to, like, people, I mean, how often do you need to paint your house? Other than when you get bored of the color. Like,
It depends. If you're in a heavily forested area, that's going to make a difference as compared. How hard does the sun beat down on your house?
Right.
Paints come with different lifelines. Different products come with different lifelines. We like to see people call us every 6-ish years.
Yeah.
Give or take some.
Yeah.
Better product, you're going to get a longer longevity.
That's true. Yeah.
We had one guy call, literally one wall of his house had turned a total shade lighter just because the way the sun beating down on it.
Wow.
So every house, every situation is different.
So also, what about like moss and like vine, like ivy and stuff growing up the house? Does that impact?
Yes, it can damage your siding.
Right.
Just having that organic growth that's going to spoil myrrh. That's going to spur mold. Sorry about that. Someone had too much coffee.
I haven't had any yet today. Oh my god, I love that.
But that's going to cause, the integrity of your materials to break down.
Well, and then in terms of like, I'm just thinking if you've got like ivy on one side and not on the other, that's going to cause eventual discoloration.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if you take it down, because I've seen that too, where people have taken it down, and you're like,
and you can tell.
You're like, what happened here?
But let us come out and give you a soft wash,
Yeah.
And before you go to the extreme of painting, it might be something we can clean up for you.
Yeah.
For a lot less money.
Right. I'm loving this soft wash idea. Is there anything about Groovy Hues that I haven't asked you that you're like, we got to talk about this?
Well, like I told you earlier, we're just in over a year in Knoxville.
Yeah.
We're really excited to be here. We love the area. I'm the manager. Again, I'm Brandi. I'm the general manager. I work with day-to-day operations with Will, our field operations manager. We're owned by Josh Peters. He and his family are 10-year residents of West Knoxville. They love it here.
Yeah.
Knoxville is their chosen home. We support the local arts. We make donations, and we love what we do. And we're here to make a difference, to be a fresh face.
Right.
For, in this line of work.
Right.
And we're very big on open communication.
Yeah.
We're going to answer the phone. If we tell you we're going to be there, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
Obviously, things happen out of the blue, but we're always communicating. We do what we say. We deliver on our promises because we believe that is what's going to sustain us in this market with so much competition.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, let's quickly talk about like Knoxville. We have so many people moving here in East Tennessee. What are 3 things that you love about East Tennessee? Like, why is this a great place to be?
It's the Great Smokies, obviously.
Right.
Obviously. Yes. I'm an hour south of here, but I bleed orange and white just like everybody else in this, until you experience Neyland.
Yes.
Right. And then our waterfront is absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
There's so much to do. There's always something going on. Whether you're middle-aged like me, or young, or even old, Knoxville has something to offer for everyone.
Yes.
Beautiful parks, great recreation, great shopping, wonderful restaurants, the outdoor element. I mean, what does Knoxville not have, honestly?
Yeah, I agree.
Well, and the people in general are so friendly around here, and you don't get that everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people are friendly and people don't believe internet trolls. Like, I think there's a lot of trolls on the internet that are like,
there's haters. Don't
come here. It's like, no, everyone that comes here is so, like, they want to be here. And that's a good thing for people to want to be where we live.
Absolutely.
Okay, so favorite place to go outdoors? Is it Great Smoky Mountains? Is it the Ocoee? Like,
probably the Ocoee. Yeah. Like I said, if you've never whitewater rafted and you love the water, I suggest you do it. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's an adrenaline rush.
It is fun.
I do the same rapids every year, and it's never boring.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay, so people, if they want to connect with Groovy Hues, should they go to your website? Should they where should they go?
You can go to our website, groovyhues.com. You can reach out to me directly or our office number. My number is 865-221-1699. That is my cell. Call me, text me, and we'll get you scheduled right away.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming and talking to me.
Anything else that we missed?
Groovy Hues is, definitely the grooviest painter in all of Knoxville.
I love that.
If you have any projects out there, I say get with the groove and give us a call.
Get with the groove.
Yeah, y'all.
Plus, they got that 2-year guarantee. I'm like, that is good.
Yeah, that I think that means a lot. That means a lot. And check out our Google reviews.
Yeah.
All 5 stars. That's not easy to come by
Right.
in a little over a year worth of business.
Yeah, that is awesome. Cool.
And we're really proud of it. We
Yes.
aim to continue it.
Love that. Thank you so much, Brandi.
Thank you so much for coming.
Also, thank you for the history.
Oh, yeah, anytime. You want to call that
what
up, let me
else does she
know.
do? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.